Good morning. It's Tuesday Live with Dr. JJ from the Anam, Cara Prayer Corner. A reading from Genesis. And the Lord said, "Look, they are one people, and they all have one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. Nothing that they do will now be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language there, so that they will not understand one another's speech." When we speak of language that is confused, we are living in that era. Cultural diversity is the consequence of God's design for the world, not the result of God's punishment in it. In this story, the people desire uniformity and God desires diversity. In a sense, both desires are good. Humans need identity and cultural solidarity, but it takes divine intervention and initiative to bring about the extravagant array of the world's cultures. The story embraces cultural solidarity and cultural differences and acknowledges the value of both. In the traditional understanding of this story, cultural difference is devalued and seen as a source of confusion and a curse upon the human race, even a judgment of God. The new alternative understanding values difference highly and explains it as God's aspiration for the new world after the flood. God's response does not have to be viewed merely as punishment. It can be seen as a series of gifts received indifferently by groups of people to a competitive people in a congregation. God's invitation is slow to feverish pace of life and to rest in the assurance of God's love that is given, not earned, to poor, marginalized people. And congregations, God promises that our ultimate value does not depend upon our building, gleaming cities and towers of achievement, but upon God's dazzling and soaring love. Imagine the benefits of diversity from the viewpoint of the poor and then of the well-off. How do these differ? Whatever economic state we are in, may we find the comfort of your word. Amen.